Before anything else, yes, I'm sick. But there's no better time to start the channel than today, so I hope you bear with me on this one. Sit down. Here's a story. Having a relationship with a single parent certainly is different from your usual dating experience. While the standard stuff of appealing to your partner's love languages will always be there, the presence of their kid or kids will definitely change the dynamic and, on occasion, the focus of the relationship. However, for one Reddit user, things are just a tad more complicated than one would think. Our very first Reddit story comes from the r/relationship advice subreddit, where a user with a throwaway account posted the following. I, 30 male, am in a relationship with a single mom, 27 female, and I regret it. I started this relationship 2 years ago, when I was 28. Due to the 1-hour drive, we only see each other on the weekends. She has her son from Monday to Friday, and the weekends, Dad gets her son, 7 years old. I really only see him on Sunday nights when he gets dropped. I was always nice to her son. I would play Minecraft and take him out. Even went on vacation with her and him a couple of times, but I'm not gonna lie, I never loved the idea of dealing with him. Despite my attempts at treating him like my own, he has proven time and time again that he's just a difficult kid to deal with. I want to keep this post short, so I'll spare the details, but the problem is that recently, he's been with us every weekend, and I'm starting to get a clearer view into my future with her and her son. I have zero time to myself, there's no intimacy, haven't had it in over a month, and I find myself hiding in the bathroom just to get a moment's peace. I no longer look forward to my weekends. I actually look forward to Monday because at least after work, I have a few hours to myself for some peace. I'm starting to realize what my future is looking like, and it horrifies me. I tried having a conversation with my girl about it a few times, but it always seems to lead to an argument. It's like I have all the responsibilities of a parent, but none of the authority. I really love my girlfriend, and we have such a good relationship outside of our son, but now I think it's time for me to end it. I just feel completely awful about the whole thing, because I knew she was a single mother before I got into this relationship, but I kept ignoring red flags and kept telling myself it would get better, but it hasn't. It just kept getting worse. I feel like I wasted both of our time, but I'm just having trouble letting go. Every time I think about ending it, I get scared that I'll miss her too much. But deep down, I know that I have to. Any advice or anyone else go through this before? Amazingly, most of the comments support the original poster, offering words of advice to help him out, such as this one from user FranceAM saying, "Listen, if you feel like that, get out. Save yourself. Move on. It will sting, but ultimately you will be happier." As a step-parent myself to a very difficult child, it never gets easier. There is literally no happiness in our home anymore, and I have 3 of my own kids who are miserable as well. I wish I had not ignored some red flags. You cannot love someone through these kinds of situations. OP replies to FranceAM's comment saying, "Thanks. I've already started speaking to a therapist and I'm working on getting out for good real soon. Her and I actually just started a break because of all the stress I've been feeling from the relationship. I don't see much value in a sexless relationship with a mom that I have to help raise her kid, who I have to lose all my free time to. I just hate feeling like the bad guy, but I guess I'll just have to accept that and move on." User Minaret then replies, "You're not the bad guy here, and neither is she. Relationships end for all sorts of reasonable reasons. The lack of intimacy, the stress with a kid, the inability to communicate without it resulting in arguments, the commute, etc. are all reasonable reasons." After this Reddit post blew up, OP posted an update saying that he actually went through with it and ended the relationship. I, 30 male, have ended my relationship with a single mother, 27 female. Update. Long story short, I told her I was unhappy. I asked if I could have some time to myself. Maybe one weekend, a month, I can stay home. She said no. It's all or nothing without us. I offered her couples therapy and even told her I'd pay for the entire thing. She refused, said she already has enough therapy. I told her, then we need to end it. It was an awful conversation, and there was tons of crying until she just hung up on me. A little backstory. She's been through terrible trauma in her life, and I was worried she might not be okay because she's still dealing with some of it. Anyway, I was worried about her, but she refused to talk to me. Wouldn't answer my calls or texts. I figured it was just over now, and I need to leave her alone. The next morning, I get a text from her, asking me to come get my stuff I had left there. I told her, just throw it all out. The stuff wasn't worth me going over there, because it would be too hard to see her now. She basically said, please just come get your stuff. I don't want to look at it anymore either. And she said this will be the last time we will see each other, so let's say goodbye. I agreed, and I drove over there. When I got there, I was met with a pile of my stuff. I started taking trips, bringing it down to my car. When I went to get the last of my stuff, I saw her sitting on the kitchen floor, just crying. I sat next to her for a while, not saying anything. She kinda made a move when she moved away from me a few inches. I looked at her and said, I should probably go, huh? She nodded her head. I got up, and as I was leaving, I just said to her, I just wished you didn't think I was a horrible person. She started yelling from the floor about how she did nothing wrong and whatnot. I couldn't take the yelling. I said goodbye and left. As I was walking down the hallway, I was haunted by the sounds of her crying so loud I could hear it very clear. As I left her building and got into my car, she called me. She was upset that I didn't want to talk, but I explained to her there wasn't anything left to talk about. She kept going on and on about how awful I was and not doing the right thing, etc., and she refused to take any blame. At this point, I'm already on the highway, about 15 minutes away from her apartment, when she asks me to come back inside to talk. I told her, no, I'm already leaving. She started crying and begging me to turn around and talk. I said, I am sorry. I am so sorry. And I hung up the phone. First time I've ever done that to her, but she's hung up on me over a dozen times. She started immediately blowing up my phone. I couldn't deal with it. I was losing my mind, so I just turned the phone off. I left it off for a day, and when I turned it on, I saw a few short texts and missed calls. I immediately just went ahead and blocked her. I don't know if I did the right thing. I feel so damn terrible about this whole thing. I want to be there for her. Hearing her cry killed me inside. But I know me being there for her will just rope me back into the relationship that I was no longer wanting to be in. Even though I still love her, and in fact, I am still in love with her, but it's too much. I know I won't be happy. She wrote me 2 emails since she figured out she was blocked. I haven't read them yet. I can see they addressed in letter format, but I don't have the strength to read them at this time. This whole thing sucks. Hopefully, this doesn't get automatically taken down. Anyway, thanks everyone, and if you have any advice on how to get through this, that would be helpful. Thanks. Most of the time, doing the right thing is somehow the hardest thing to do. You may love each other to the bone, but if circumstances that will inevitably break the relationship apart are slowly manifesting, such as what OP has gone through, calling it quits seems to be the right call. What do you think? Did he make a mistake by breaking up with her? Or did he make the right decision? Comment your answers below. Guys, thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I intend to grow this channel and bring more interesting stories to you guys, and I really appreciate it if you show some support to the channel, like the video, share it, all that stuff. See you guys next time.